The Pyro Traveler is stupid. And let me explain. They're stupid in a good way and they're stupid in a bad way. The Pyro Traveler being stupid in a good way, what I mean by that is that the Pyro Traveler is actually really good. If you compare the Pyro Traveler to actual 5-star characters, obviously they're gonna be mid, but mid for the Traveler, compare the 5-star characters, it's actually really good. Not only are they a really good support character, but they also be a really good DPS character as well. If you guys play Traveler as a DPS, or if you guys watch videos of a DPS Pyro Traveler, you guys will see in those videos, the Traveler when they use their burst, it's a ridiculous amount of damage. And that's what I mean when I say the Traveler is good in a stupid way. They are absolutely stupid. This is probably like one of the best Traveler elements we've gotten in a very long time. Dendro Traveler is really good in like a support way. They can also do a lot of damage as well, but they're not really that great in terms of DPS. Hydro Traveler, we don't really talk about him. Electro Traveler is even worse. But the last DPS element we really gotten for the Traveler is Geo, and Geo is actually really good. They can do a lot of damage as well. Like, you're not gonna see really big numbers when it comes to Geo Traveler because when they use their burst, it's kind of separated in multiple hits. Whereas the Power Traveler, their burst does one hit. You have to see like that really big damage. And in terms of Animal Traveler, they can't be a DPS character and also can't be a support character. But when it comes to like the DPS side of things, they don't really do that much damage. Like, their burst isn't really that great. They're like the only DPS element we ever gotten prior to the Pyro Traveler was Geo, and now we finally got Pyro Traveler. And I'm so happy that they can't be a DPS character because I use the Traveler as the main DPS. But what I mean when the Traveler is stupid in a bad way is the constellation. The fact that the Pyro Traveler has 2 separate constellations, and the really good constellation is locked behind a story boss, whereas the regular constellations are kind of poop. It's kind of stupid. It just shows that Holyverse know that the Traveler usually isn't really that great, so they kind of made good constellations for like one boss. That way the Traveler can look nice for like a story battle, and then in general they're kind of like poop. And I'm like, that's so stupid. We've been waiting for a really good Traveler kit for so long, but they lock it to one boss. It's kind of like a slap in the face, you know? But yeah, the Pyro Traveler's constellation is really that bad. Like, it's not horrible, but yeah, seeing the grass on the other side, it's definitely greener than the grass we're standing on right now. I think what they should have done when it comes to the Pyro Traveler's constellation, like the good ones, they should have gave us a nerf version, like a slightly worse, or heck, I even take a significantly worse version for like general use. So right here on top, you guys can see the really good constellation, and on bottom is the constellation that the Traveler has normally. When it comes to this constellation, they could have taken the percentages, like right here it says 40% attack increase, and they take 40% less damage. They could have done something like 10% attack increase and maybe like 5% less damage, you know, something like that. Like, that's what I mean when the Pyro Traveler is stupid in a bad way. Like, the constellation being locked towards one boss is so stupid. Like, this is basically the duality of the Pyro Traveler. They're really good. They can be a really good support character or a really good DPS character, but on the flip side, they're stupid in a bad way because one of the biggest part of the kit, the good constellations are locked toward one boss, whereas the actual regular constellations are not really that great, and that kind of stinks. Like, I guess you can't really have the Traveler being really good without something bad holding them back,